Hi guys. First of all, I'd like to thank all the people who's made all the nice comments on the videos, and Gary Hills, if you're watching this one. I know I leaves it quite a while for me next videos, but I did reply to your comment. Sometimes I can't get the material to work with, so if I ain't got the material, I can't really make another video. And sometimes I've got to wait for parts, and then other times I've got to wait for the weather, because I am got, as you see, I've already got this little shed, and I am got a spray booth, and I spray outside or in my doorway in my shed. But I've got to cope with the weather and all the elements and just do what I can. So I do try to do these videos as quick as I can. But, sometimes you can't sort of do it so quick. And on the last video, I've done that two-tone Bentley. And I've had a nice little comment from somebody. Alan Gillis. He said to use coachwork tape. Now, I did have a bit of this, and I've got a bit. I've hung it up somewhere in here somewhere. I don't know what I've done with it now. It just shows how absent-minded I can be. But it's very thin tape. I know what stuff you're talking about. Where did I hang it up? Let me have a look. There it is. Is that the stuff you're talking about? Well, I've got to do another two-tone car now on this next video, because I'm going to do this one here. This is another one I've been sent by the same chap who sent the last one, the Bentley, Robert Stevenson from Australia. Great guy, and he sent me this one. It's all complete. All I've got to do is just strip it down, clean the parts up, respray it. But as you see, it's two-tone. I'm not going to do it the same colour, by the way, but you have to wait for that until I do it, until I start in a minute. But it's this stuff here, so I'm going to try this stuff out to mass. It's very thin. I think it's only 5mm, I think. So I'm going to put the line across with this stuff, and hopefully this will stop it bleeding. So anyway, without further ado, as I always keep saying, this is our next project. So let's get on with it. Right, so as always, we've got to drill this one out. So there's only a couple of rivets here, so this should be pretty straightforward. So let's get on with this. I'm going to do it in my hand this time, because the last time I didn't get on with that voice. I find it easier doing it like this. You can still see it. Nothing to see really, you've seen it all before. Go so far like that with the first bit as before. And then same again. There we go. Got a bit of shrapnel on the end of my drill. And then we get our other one. There's a bit of spider's web on there. Right, and then we do the top of the rivet. Get the flush. That's good enough for that. Doing so far, and then a bit more. There. There's a bit of a ridge left on there, so I think I need to go a bit deeper with this one. Didn't go down far enough first time, so go a bit more. There, that should do it. my little dentistry tool. That should be able to knock the rest of that rivet off with that. There you go, see? There's the rest of it. Chuck that away. So now we should be able to open this up quite easily. There we go. Simple. All this will come out now. Oh, look at the state of that seat. I think there's a table missing from the middle of here actually. I'm sure there's supposed to be a table in this. But anyway, we'll come to that. I might have to make one or something. Right, then we got the muck. That's got to come out. Blinds are okay. Chuck that away because it's all disintegrating. And there's another blind there. I think that's all there are actually. There's the long one, yeah. That goes there. Yeah, because the other window is blank as I looked at in the pictures. So that can go to one side because that's going to be all cleaned. And then we've got to get this glass out now. And that should just pop out. The doors have come out pretty easy, look, because we got the base plate off, so now they can just drop out like that. See, they only go into them grooves. When the base plate is on, it holds them. So that's pretty simple. Put that aside. Let's try and get this glass out now. Let's just push it down on the windscreen slightly. It should come out. There we go. And there's our show. I think there's a bent hinge up here somewhere. I'm going to have to straighten that out. I think that's about the only thing that's a problem with the door on this one. Go very carefully on it. Yeah, that's looking pretty good now. That's one job finished. Yeah, so we'll get that one stripped. But the door's pretty over in the way. I've got to drill that out as well. Now this here, that can all come off because we don't want that. There's a right mess. It's like a bit of sandpaper. Who'd want to sit on sandpaper? Right mess. Get a bit of an itchy bum on sandpaper, wouldn't you? Let's scrape all that off. I have got something I was going to use for this. I'll have to get that. I'll have to get that gungy stuff off with a bit of WD-40 to get that off. And this piece here, I think that comes out. If I'm right. Does it or no? I can't remember now. I don't want to break it. Perhaps it doesn't. Well, if I had to take it out, there is definitely something that's been snapped off there. So I'm going to have to sort of make a little table to go there. I'm sure there's a little table goes in there. Because I have had one of these before, and I'm sure there is a little table there. But I'm going to clean that off with a bit of WD-40 and then put it in the soap and just give it a general clean up really. But apart from that, that's all that's missing I think from this one. So that shouldn't be much of a job to do. Anyway, I'll get to strip this. And then when you see it next, you don't want to see all that again. Caustic soda treatment, you know what that entails. I'll get this stripped, get all the paint off, and we'll come back and we see what we can do with this. Whether I can make like a little table for it, or sure something can be done. Right, so it's all stripped, cleaned up. I've done the base plate, I've cleaned all that up. And I've actually sprayed that. I'll show you that now. It's got to have a coat of the lacquer on it, but I've actually done that. I'm using me bits of straw again, what matey sent me, and so that's come out right. And the interior, I've actually got it soaking at the moment, and I had to prise this piece out because there was, like I said, a piece missing. There was a table I thought was missing, and it was, but I had to make one. And what I used was some of these here, like just ordinary panel pin things. And what I've done, I cut the end of that off like that. 3 pieces I've cut up, one for the corner, and I've actually shaped it so it's like the one on, you know, in the actual model. I've just filed in the 2 corner bits like that to make the start of it. But on the top bit here, there's some writing, so what I've had to do is cut another 3 pieces of this off, and I've done it in 3 pieces, as you can see. There's 1, 2, 3. Another little curly bit at the end, see. Underneath, there's little bits on underneath, but I ain't worried about that, you're not going to see that. But a job I had getting this piece out, because it was stuck in, and I actually broke it when I got it out. A piece broke off of there, another little piece off of there, and I managed to keep the pieces and glue them all back together. It even broke up here. But I wanted to take this out because I want to respray this white, because I've got a yellow interior. So I'm going to spray all this white and undercoat it. I'll fold it all down. I've actually stuck it with super glue and used the bicarbonate soda powder stuff to harden it up. And then I'll fold it flat, nice and smooth. So now all this will be sprayed white, this piece. So when it goes in with the yellow, it should match a bit better. But what a job. Anyway, as you can see, I've done all that. Next job, spray this one up. 1 point, when drilling one of these out, there's not a lot of gap. If you look there, you got to be very careful because there's not a lot of gap. That's all you got is through that bumper piece. I thought when I was doing it, it went through this bit. And it looks quite a nice chunky piece there, but it doesn't. If you see it, it's further back at the ear. It's further back, like where the bumper is. So there isn't a lot of room to drill through, so you've got to be very careful. So I've only drilled it down so far there, so I'll have to put like a little tiny rivet in there. Put plenty of glue there when I put it back together. But apart from that, the rest of it was pretty straightforward. So let's get on with spraying it up. Right, as we go with first is the white, of course. I've had to stick a bit of lollipop thinking there because I didn't have nothing to grab the back on with, so I've stuck that there temporary. Hopefully it's going to hold while I spray this one. So here we go. A nice light coat to start with. Inside will have to be done because it is a camper van after all, and you can see the inside in some views. It's a bit difficult to get there, but oh, there's a bit of stringy stuff on there. I'm going to plaster that down. Yeah, that's cool. There you go. Looking better. I'm gonna do it. There. That's not too bad at all. Let that dry off. And it's another two-tone there, folks. So I'm going to have to, I'll put another couple coats on. And then I shall mask up the bottom piece. I've actually got some Tamiya tape on order. somebody mentioned to me on the comments that that's pretty good stuff. So for this one here, I'm gonna have to use my red stripe sort of pinstriping tape, and then use my other masking tape to finish the rest off. But for the line, I can use my pinstripe stuff, so I'm gonna try that. But till my Tamiya tape comes, I'm gonna have to just make do at the moment. But anyway, for you, like I said, it's going to be a few seconds, but for me, it's going to be a couple of days or a day or so to let this harden up once I've done a few more coats before we do the next colour. So till then. Right, so as you can see, I've used a bit of this to go around to get the line, and then use my other masking tape for the rest of it. So I'm going to try this out and see if it's any better than the other stuff. I mean, I should get a nice line with that. So anyway, we'll spray this up and see how it comes out. Well, as you must have guessed by now, I'm doing it a blue. Ford Riviera blue, this is. Because there is a blue version of this one, so here we go. Nice light coat to start with. And hopefully this will peel off better than the other stuff, so I'll let that dry a minute. A bit more on that. And we'll see how it turns out. Right then folks, the moment of truth has arrived. Now this time you notice I didn't spray another coat of the white on the bottom before I'd done the blue. I just went straight on with the blue, because I'm hoping that this tape is going to be better than before. So I'm going to start stripping this now, because I was told to start stripping it before the paint is actually really dry. So it's still slightly tacky at the moment, so if I take it off really carefully, this stuff, hopefully it's going to work out okay. Well, that back piece is going to be a bugger because I've got a piece in the back. Come out, come out, come out, come out, come out. I don't like the look at this. It's going to have to come out that way now, because I've started. See what I mean with the paint? I'm going to have to wipe my hands off a bit, I think, before I go any further with this. What a mess I've made of this. Ah, got it. Right. I'll get this off now. Hopefully when I peel that red piece off, it's going to be nice and a nice clean finish on it. So I'm not worried about the line it's leaving there, because that's on that red piece of tape. Well, that will come off in one go. That was good. Right, the moment of truth now is this red piece. Now if that comes off nice, it's worked. But I've got a bit of paint on my finger, so just give me a sec to get rid of that. Right, I've got it off my hands. Right, let's try and get these bits off now. This is it. I'm trying to get the pliers in here. Or tweezers, not pliers. This is what I want, this little bit here. Right, I've got to start. So hopefully this is going to be pretty good. Nice and slow. is still quite tacky, this paint. It's looking good at the moment. Let's just hope it stays that way. It's a nice line. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, folks. It looks like this stuff's going to be better to use than the way I was doing it before. Perhaps when the Tamiya tape comes, it'll be even better again. I've had this tape lying around for a long time. I haven't really used it. Didn't really know what I could use it for because it was so narrow. Well, no, I know. Should have thought of using this before, I think. Thanks to you lot giving me all these extra little tips. It's helped me out quite a bit, this. I think that's near enough perfect. I'm pretty sure that is near enough perfect, folks. Might get that off the inside of there now. Come on, come off. There. I'll tell you what, that is looking pretty smart. Look at the line on that. I mean, I'll zoom in a bit. Look how clean that line is. That is clean. I don't think I'm going to get any better than that. And that's without spraying the bottom half with the same colour as the top to seal any tape or anything like they say you're supposed to do. I've just put it straight on, and that has come out, well, look. It's not going to be no better than that, is it? Right, here we go. It's been varnished, or clear coated, and it's come out really nice. It's a nice smooth finish on it now, no ridges. As good as when it comes from the factory, I think, or if not, even better. So anyway, we'll get this put back together now. As you can see, the interior was a yellow one. Well, I managed to make me seat like I showed you, with the bits of them clips, what I showed you. I've repainted it because I've seen since on a picture that the blue version of this has got a white interior and I had a yellow one. And I've actually repainted this with just ordinary Humbrol paint. And the seat, I've done that with the blue Humbrol. This here bit, this cloth, is actually a tag from inside a t-shirt, believe it or not. And I've cut the tag out of the t-shirt where it tells you what, you know, ironing and washing information and rubbish like that. I've cut the tag out and folded it in half and used that for a new cover for the seating that goes there. And I've also painted the chromed up the sink and the oven to give it a little bit more detail. So it's slightly customised, you could say, but I just fancy giving it a bit more detail so you can see the sink and the oven a bit clearer. So anyway, let's get our bit of glass out, what we treated with the what should we call it, the floor shine. And there you go, look, there's the screen. Look at the shine on that, and that's using that floor shine stuff. It makes a hell of a difference, that stuff, I tell you. So anyway, we'll get to putting this back together now. Alright, and then we put the one in. I think that one goes back here. Pretty sure that's how it goes. Or is it in that bit? I don't know. No, I think it's on the back one. And then once you've done that, I'm not happy with that piece there not sitting in there properly. I wonder if I should cut a little piece off of there. I don't think it fitted properly last time. I'll just cut like a little tiny piece off of here. I know I'm not supposed to, but if it's going to help it, you know, needs must. Just so it sits flush. Oh, that's a bit better. Sits in there a bit. Ah, yeah, now it sits in there a bit more flush, look. Because I don't think it fitted properly last time. When I took it out, it was a bit crooked when I took it out. So anyway, we've got that piece in. And this piece, just turn this upside down now. And then just lower that in. Like so. Get it on them little dots that's down there. And they've come out now. Look, I should have put them in afterwards. Oh, bugger. Everything goes wrong. One of them days. We'll try it again. Right. Back in there again. Then I think we'll put our doors in now. So put them in like that. And just hold them back like that. They go in at an angle, obviously. And there's another one that doesn't want to go in. Get in there. You've got to go in. Right, got that in. And then we put our interior back in. Gently push that down. How's that looking? I'm checking out that bit of cloth that I put on because I don't want it interfering too much. I'm trying to see if it's fitting in okay. I'll just let that back a bit. Do it. And then we've got our base plate on. Now what I'm going to do with this, as I said to you before, that it's not a long, I've got a little short rivet to go in there, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue on either side of this piece here, just to help it. And then on the front I'll put a little dab there as well, just to help it along, if you know what I mean. But let's put the base plate on a minute and see what it looks like the other way up, just to make sure everything's seated properly before I do actually. Is that shut right, that door? Yeah, that's looking. These doors don't shut properly anyway, they only go like that, they lock on the top there like that. They don't shut flush. I don't know why. It's a bit silly sort of look to me. It doesn't look right, but that's the way they seem to shut. So, I mean, I thought they're supposed to shut right in, but they never do. They just shut as far as that, and that's it. But let's have a look. That looks a bit crooked there. Why is that? Yeah, that's not looking too bad. Got the seat in there, that. Got a table. You can see through the front there, you can see everything. Yeah, I think that'll do it, folks. So I'll get this riveted together now, and I'll get it all chromed up, and then we can have a look at it finished. So I'll just get on with that a minute. Well, as you can see, this is our little Ford Thames Airborne Caravan, as it was before. Pretty scruffy looking. Needed a bit of TLC. And anyway, after our work, this is what it looks like now. Looks brand new, I'd say. The doors do shut clean at the back, it was just me. But anyway, it's all been chromed up now. And well, I think it's come out very well. So anyway, till the next time, it's goodbye from me.